Hey, Scorpio. Hey, how you feeling? I'm Shauna. This is your highest good tarot. Excuse me. Welcome, Scorpio. If you are new, welcome back, Scorpio. If you are returning, we are some folks here who are elevating and evolving towards our higher selves, towards our highest potential, towards the divine, whichever applies to you and your spiritual journey, Scorpio. We welcome you. Um, and today we are talking about the message that your benevolent ancestors has for you before you go any further into this year. If you're watching this in real time, we are in January 2026. And if this is not real time for you, then this is what your benevolent ancestors want to know before you go any further into the year, wherever you are at that point. Keep in mind, Scorpio, that this message is not for everybody. So take it as it resonates. All right, let's get started. What's the message Scorpio's benevolent ancestors has for them before they go any further into the new year? We have the Wheel of Fortune here. Ooh, the Hangman. Y'all, I do 3 card spreads and we already got 2 majors. We got 3 majors. The Fool. There's some big shifts that's going to happen this year. Some big shifts. We got the Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Some big shifts in love. Things are turning around to the point where your type might even change. What your folks are pointing out to me with this hangman, this hanged person, is how there's that notepad there, but what's on the notepad has been scribbled out, and they wrote something before and they balled it up, and that's what I'm getting. They're showing me that you are used to dating and seeing a specific type of person, and every time, uh, it's like, but now things are shifting in your mindset. It's not so much about the aesthetics of the person, it's about how this person, your person, will treat you, how this person can captivate and hold your mind. Can they provide? Can they pour into you? Can they compliment you with both an I and an E? Uh, can they do they get along with their family? It's those things. Those things are shifting. Those are changing. As changes happening for you to where you are leaving leaving um those old ideas and ideals about your love life behind, and you are taking a chance on what your benevolent ancestors, the divine, that path that they have for you, and you feel like it's a peaceful one. You don't want to have to put up with making the decision, because you'll see clearly what doesn't fit by their characteristics, how they respond to something that you do or say. Yeah. What else for Scorpio here? Scorpio switching it up. Okay, Scorpio. Growth, elevation. What? Anyway, so remember we had that Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We got the King of Cups here. We got the King of Cups. Let's see what else. Page of Pentacles. Judgment. Man, that's major number 4. We got 4 majors on the table. 4 cups at the bottom of the deck. You're most likely not even going to recognize your person when they appear, when they shit. You might, some of y'all might be around them already. Um, it's going to be one of those situations where you are probably going to be a little more despondent about your love situation. So you're not even going to be focused on it, which is okay. Which is okay. They don't want you to be all hyper focused on your love life. That's how you detract the the divine match or your person by hyper focusing on it. That's how you prolong that path to them. But again, we have the King of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Judgment. Now, this, there may be, um, when you get with this person, there may be a child that comes from this union, or this person may be coming into this relationship with a child. But they are somebody who is very mature, they're responsible. They are somebody who is emotionally stable, and viable. They're not somebody, although they may be somebody who tries to fix things, if you make it clear that that's like, look, this isn't one of those let me fix it, let me help you situations. I just need to let you to let me feel. I just need you to let me be, and you be a sounding board. You know, it's gonna be that thing, because this person is emotionally, they have an emotional IQ that's high. you know, um, and they're also going to be somebody who is spiritually inclined, because they're on a journey as well. For some of you, this person may be somewhat of a spiritual leader or guide, healer, even a light worker. Yeah. What else? What else for Scorpio here about this whole situation? Then we're going to go to the advice, see what else they have. We have the Six of Wands and the Page of Wands. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's okay to date. Just have fun. The people that are coming towards you, right, at this point right now, they are not, their pages, not kings. Their pages, they're really only out for fun. You know, if anything, this will confirm, if you continue to, you know, just want to go out and get out of the house and to do things, will confirm some of the things that you don't want in your person. And maybe even some of the things that, okay, that's pretty cool. But most of them, whether you, whatever your biological sex or gender identity, most of these people are, if you need to scratch an itch, that's what they're saying. I got the Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Historically, in the traditional Rider Waite, the Queen of Wands is somebody who, and again, this is very sexist and misogynist. Queen of Wands is somebody who would be sitting with their legs open to indicate promiscuity, but we're not there. First of all, also her legs are closed, but that doesn't mean that you aren't a person who has to abstain. Um, Many of you have that opportunity. You are able to compartmentalize and just be like, I just need to get this itch scratched and I'm good. I'll never see you again. Okay, bye bye. Or that is all that whole situation is about. So, you know your benevolent ancestors, you know if they would give you the go ahead, and you know if they would not. So, take it as it resonates. Mhm. Let's go into the advice. I mean, it's like you got that itch, and your benevolent ancestors like it's not gonna knock you off track. You good. Keep the party going. Go on, get it in. Like, what's the advice for Scorpio, please? Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, Scorpio. And if you would like a personal reading, they are open and available. Just send me an email. I'll let you know what the options are, including getting a personal reading during the lives on Tuesdays. Uh, and those readings are private, they are anonymous because we identify you with a number as opposed to your name or your handle. We have the Two of Pentacles here, the Nine of Cups, and the bottom of the deck, the Sun. Wow. Wow. Ha. This fulfillment is on the other side of this. Not just fulfillment, but joy and peace, a prosperous and lovely relationship, not just with your person, but with your spirit team. First of all, let's talk about that. They see you as like this glorious little girl on this unicorn. They're like, that's our baby. We love Scorpio. Scorpio is precious in our sight. It's so awesome. And it's they know you've been through some bullshit, Scorpio. They know you've been through some bullshit. And they want you to be flexible. Flexible in your wants. Don't be so rigid in um what you want in your person. Um, for example, rigid in stupid things, not rigid. Be rigid in the things that really matter, like somebody being financially stable, financially viable, somebody being compassionate, having a good heart, somebody that you like. Be rigid in those types of things, but don't be as rigid in the silly, mundane things like this person doesn't fold towels the way I fold them. This person has to, even though I do have a thing about this, so I'm talking to myself while I'm talking to you. This person puts the toilet paper on the outside, like, and not under. They do over, not under, because that's you're not raised by wolves, Scorpio. So don't be as rigid. Be flexible in those things. Um, and because everything that you want is available, but you don't want to miss out because you are rigid on the wrong thing. But they also want you to apply that not just to your love life, but in life in general. Be able to keep a balance and be flexible and able to adapt and pivot, because that's how you'll see your wishes truly come true, because it may not present how you want it to, But then when you let go and release those whatever expectations or rigidities that you have in your mindset, you'll actually see that it's more than what you could ever want. Yeah. That's where the true joy is. That's where, the confidence and the vitality, and that's how you are more successful when you shift your focus beyond those things that don't matter and just pay attention to the things that do. What's the final message for Scorpio from their benevolent ancestors? Yeah, yeah, we can get caught up on the wrong things. We can get caught up on the wrong things, Scorpio. You know, kind of message here. That's a them problem. How they feel about you, Scorpio, is not your business. Point blank, period. What else for Scorpio? That was for somebody. That's for one of y'all worried about what somebody thinks. The only person, Scorpio, that you need validation from is you. That comes from right up in here in your benevolent ancestors and spirit team. That's where the validation lies, not outside of you. Some of you have spiritual gifts that are awakening in this transition, in this transformation, this shift. It's at the bottom of the deck. Trust the process. Is that it? That's it. That's all. When you said all you know, it's time to go. Bye.